Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to today's video, which is going to be a chill, relaxed, get ready with me video. Trying a whole bunch of new stuff. The focus won't really be on the products, but just kind of chatting and hanging out a little bit today. So if that sounds interesting, please keep on watching. For those of you who are new here, hi, I'm Carolyn. This is my little happy makeup spot here on the interwebs. And recently I've been doing a lot of reviews and things like that, but I just wanted to do something a little bit more on the laid back side today. I haven't really felt like that motivated to do filming or honestly to do much else, and so I thought that kind of getting ready together might help me kind of push past that lack of motivation. So that's the plan today. Most of the products are new, so I haven't tried them before, but none of them were like, I don't know, I wasn't that interested in making like a full video about them, so we're just kind of throwing everything like into one mush of a video. We're not going to zoom in at all today, we're just going to kind of stay this distance. My skin is not great again today. I'm having breakouts. I'm getting a lot like down my neck right now, so I don't know what's going on with that. So yeah, I haven't done one of these before, so I'm not really sure like what you're supposed to do in them, but we're gonna do my face in the normal way that I do it. So we're gonna start with the eyes and then we'll move on into the complexion products. So I'm going to prime my eyes using the Nars what is this, Soft Matte Complete Concealer in Light 1, Chantilly. So this is the color that we'll be using today. I think I'm almost ready to do my primer? Yeah, kinda, eyeshadow primer video. This one I just wanted to give it a couple more tries before I decided that I didn't like it. And we'll be using the Melt Rust palette. I didn't want, like, it wasn't my intent to buy this, but then I was like, oh, maybe I can do a review about it. But I haven't seen anyone being like that interested about it, and I mean, unless you want to see like a video duping it, it is very pretty. I mean, it's better than I thought it was going to be. But I do have a palette that I think is an exact dupe for this, so now it's kind of repetitive in my collection. But anyway, I wanted to try the Melt formula again because I haven't been like so excited about it in the past, so yeah, that's what we're going to do for the eyes, and then I'll walk you through everything that we'll do for the face once we get there. So I'm just going to get ready. Oh, no. Do I want to do this first? Yeah, let's do this. So this looks weird, but I got a free sample from one of my Cult Beauty purchases. It's this Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow Primer. And considering how I kind of feel like my skin isn't looking great, that maybe this will be a bit of a help. So let's go ahead and see what this. Okay. Let's see. Oh, there's glitter in it. Okay. That was unexpected. Whatever. I don't really care today. We're just gonna go ahead and give it a go. Just work it in. It smells okay. It's a little bit fragranced. Not too bad. It's not like overpowering, but still a little bit of fragrance in there. Let's just let that kind of sit there, and then we'll feel it again. I only used a tiny little bit of this, so I get a couple more uses, which is cool. So let's go ahead and prime the eyes, and then we can start to chit-chat a little bit. I wanted to do this a couple of reasons. So I didn't post a video on Friday. I was like I said, I wasn't feeling like that. Well, there was a couple different things. I've been, struggling just like everyone else is right now with kind of motivation and getting through the day. But also I've just been really tired. I'm having trouble sleeping, and that kind of impacts whether or not you feel like creative or like motivated to do stuff. So I wasn't really feeling that like inspired to do, to like parcel off some time in one of the evenings to like film for a video for Friday. But the other reason is something that's slightly nicer, is that I was up also very late on Thursday doing an interview with the lovely Toni Home Perm. Toni invited me to do a interview on her YouTube channel, so I'm going to go ahead and link that in a card up above, and I will link Toni's channel and the video again down in the description box. So I had a really, really nice time doing that. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. And it kind of made me think that I haven't been very, I don't want to say honest, because I try my best to be as honest as possible on this channel, especially about my opinion about things, but I haven't been very forthcoming with any information about myself, who I am, what do I do, you know, anything about my life. And so I thought that maybe, you know, for those of you who are subscribers and are interested in kind of, I don't know, getting to know each other a little bit more, then you might be interested to kind of hear a little bit more about who I am and what I do. And I did disclose some of that when I was talking with Toni on Thursday. So I felt that's already out there, so I might as well be more open with you guys here. Okay, let's just have a look at this palette together really quick. So I'm really tempted by these ones here, but then I feel like I always go for those kind of colors. I haven't even swatched it. What do you guys think? Why don't we do something a bit different? Why don't we try this one as the light shade to start with, which is Antique, and then let's try maybe Mar, this one here, which is kind of a reddish brown, and then maybe the topper shade could be Redox, which is like a sparkly bronzy kind of color. So I'm going to use a fluffy, a wide eyeshadow brush by, I think this is Sonia Kashuk from Target. It's starting to kind of rub off on there because I use them so much. Okay, so I got my cat mirror, so I'm just gonna do my eyes. We're doing both at the same time, just like I normally would, and I'll just be talking to you guys through that. Okay, so most of you who are watching this can probably tell very easily from my accent that I am from the States. I grew up on the East Coast, actually, until I was about to go into high school, and then we moved to New Mexico, which is where I did high school and college, and it's really pretty there. If you haven't been to New Mexico, I really do recommend it. Albuquerque is a beautiful city. And the air, like it smells so different, the light is so different, it's quite a special place. It's a bit hard to explain how different it feels when you go there, and I think it's also the air is quite thin. Every time I go back to visit now, I get really bad nosebleeds, because it's about a mile high, and so it's thin air and very, very dry, like 10-15% humidity, kind of normally. So maybe a little bit more than that, maybe like 20%, but it's usually very, very dry, and always, you know, quite sunny and warm, although it gets really cold at night. So it's like a desert kind of environment. It's kind of nice that went on. That's really, really nice, actually. Good job, Melt. So far. And then about, how long was it? It's been almost 14 years. I moved here to the UK. Here, I'm getting a little bit of fallout right there. And I moved here to go to university to do my master's degree. So that was my initial reason for moving to the UK. And when I was about 6 months, so the master's programs over here are a year long, so you do them for 1 year and then you get a master's degree. About halfway through my program, I decided to stay in the UK and get my PhD. I got my PhD, when is it? In 2011. So it's been nearly 10 years since I got my PhD, which makes me feel very old now. So yes, I'm a doctor. I don't, need to make a big deal about it here. It's just something about me, And for the past since 2011, so 9 years, I have been working in different ways for a university here. And currently I am a lecturer, which if you are familiar with the American system, that would be an assistant professor. So I'm an assistant professor at a university, so it's quite different from this, obviously. And I don't know if I want to talk about the specifics about what I do here. If you guys are interested, then of course I will be happy to oblige, but it might not be a topic that most of you would be all that interested to hear about. Guys, this blends really, 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 really nice. Look at that. I mean, I know it looks ridiculous now because it's like all over the place, but that blended so well. I'm just going to take the, both of these brushes were Sonia Kashuk, by the way. I'm just going to take the bigger one in the antique color again and just kind of buff out these edges here. So yeah, so my day-to-day job is teaching for the most part, doing research and supervising master's and PhD students. So yeah, so it's a bit weird right now to try and transition into kind of virtual learning, distance learning, and I feel very sympathetic towards my students right now who are, you know, having to deal with all of this and still try and get, you know, papers in and all sorts of stuff. It must be really, really, really difficult for them right now. I feel it's hard for me to get motivated, and I don't have that kind of pressure on myself right now. I need a flat brush, sorry. We're just going to use this little Eco Tools flattish brush and go into that Redox color. Maybe the brush was stiff. Okay, let's try a little bit of that coppery color. Stella, are you grooming yourself? She's so loud. She's such a loud groomer. Stella. Oh, and maybe after this I'll tell you a little bit more about my cats. Yeah, so that's kind of what I do. You know, I work, you know, as a lecturer at a university, and I don't really handle undergrads very much, but just mostly postgraduate students, masters and PhDs. And I have a really amazing group of people that I work with, and I do miss them very much right now. You know, the job isn't very easy, but having lovely people like that to work with does help quite a bit. Okay, I'm just going to try and just blend a little bit. I made a little bit of a mess, so I'm just going to blend just right here, just to soften that edge out. Okay, let me see. So I haven't done this on camera, so if you guys are interested, so all I do is I usually have like a little round cotton pad like this with a bit of like makeup remover on it, and then to clean up the edges, so you see there's all this down here, I'll just take it and like do that my normal sharp cut off to there, just like that. I mean, it probably shouldn't be pulling. I know some people use like tape or something, but I just find it's easier this way, and you can kind of edit it a little bit afterwards to make sure it looks nice. Okay, so I don't have a new like liquid eyeliner or anything like that, but I do have a new pencil eyeliner, so we're going to try that again. I have used it once before, and afterwards I had a really big irritation with my eyes. I think it was because my partner was burning something in the oven and there was all this like smoke in the house, so I'm hoping it was that and not actually this liner, which it's the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk eyeliner. I think Mel Thompson talks about this one quite a lot, that she really liked it. And it's kind of like a cranberry color. It's just called, the color is called Pillow Talk. But I figured we'll go ahead and try a little bit of that. So I'm going to have to bring my regular mirror to do the liner on the under eye because I can't I have to tug a little bit here, which is, I know, not a good thing. So I think I'm just going to do this and then I'll just come back in a second. So it didn't really stick to my waterline that great, so I just took it a little bit further down. Sorry, I'm just cleaning a brush and a tissue down here. Do I want this one? No, I don't want this one anymore. I'm just going to take a little pencil brush and just kind of see if I can just smoke it just a little bit down there. Let's see. This is the lower lash line is like the area that I am like, I still don't know how to make this like work at all. All the other, like, everyone who is on YouTube seems to make it look like so easy, and I find it really, really hard without looking vaguely sick, and I feel like right now I look a little sick. I'm not feeling great today, to be honest with you. My allergies have been really bad, so I went and bought some, we're going to try this Snapscara mascara from Maybelline. I bought this in Japan, but I think it's a normal, like, available across the world. It has a weird kind of, like, Christmas tree-like looking brush, but with a curve to it. So I'm just going to wipe it once, and then let's go ahead and give it a go. it's fine. It doesn't really look like, they don't look that great. It might have taken like 3 or 4 more coats, but I'm just not in the mood to like sit and put like 12 coats of mascara on my eyes. Let me just adjust my chair. Sorry, I felt I was a little low there. It's hard to get the position right with the chair. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to the face. So I'm just feeling it after that, what was it, the Magic Wonder Glow Soft Focus Beauty Flash Primer thing from Charlotte Tilbury, and my skin does feel really, really nice. I have to admit, I have to give her that. It feels so soft right through here. Texture-wise, it pretty much looks the same, but it does feel very soft. So I've been using the, the Born to Glow Radiant Concealer for like 2 months, a month and a half now, and I love it. I was in my favorites video, but I haven't yet tried the foundation. So that's what we're going to try today, and then we'll also use a little bit of the whatchamacallit, concealer. So I'm not going to put too much on. I'm not wanting like a full caked on thing today. So I got the color Alabaster, which looked, I think that might be too light. There was no testers. I bought this pre-virus. So if it's a little bit light, maybe we'll pull out a bronzer and I'll try and see what I can do with that. So yeah, so we're just going to use this flat kabuki brush from BH Cosmetics to try this foundation. Well, that's practically white. We'll sheer it out. It'll be fine. So yeah, so that's it, kind of about me and my job and stuff like that. And like I said, if you want to know more, I'm happy to do we could do like a Q&A or something like that if you want to know kind of what it is exactly that I do at university. It's hard when it's right around the mouth. It's going on pretty nice so far, but I already used all of that just for that little bit of my face, so I think you have to use quite a bit of product. Anyway, so let's think about something else. What else do I want to talk about? I can talk about what it's like living in London. It's, one of the biggest cities in the world, so it can feel quite overwhelming and maybe a little bit intimidating at times. I love it though. I really do love London. My partner and I, we moved to Cambridge for a couple of years because of his job. He's a lecturer in Cambridge, so assistant professor in Cambridge, and so we moved to Cambridge for a few years, and it wasn't, wow, look, I look like a ghost right now. Great, good job. It's fine. It's fine. We're gonna buff it. And it's gonna be beautiful, and it's gonna be amazing. Where's my towel? So we lived in Cambridge for a few years, and I mean, Cambridge is okay, but for me, it's very much like a super, super small town. There's like less than 100,000 people that live in Cambridge or the greater Cambridge kind of area, and you have a really small town center, which is super cute. So if you go as a tourist and you go check it out, it's going to look like super cute, and you're going to fall in love with it. You'll be like, oh my god, it's so cute. But as like a resident and like trying to find, like just going shopping for like normal stuff, it was really difficult to get around all the tourists. So here in London, there are lots and well, obviously not now, but usually there's lots of tourists, but I know all the back ways to get places and I know what times to go. But there it was just a bit hard to kind of figure things out because of all the tourists and the very, very narrow pavements, which is sidewalk, so narrow sidewalks. Okay, other than me looking like a ghost, but to be fair, that does seem to match the rest of me. I also think it's because I'm not wearing any lipstick or any other complexion products, so it's kind of washing me out a little bit. But to be totally honest, it looks light on camera, but it does match my skin tone actually, which is ghostly fair. So yeah, so London can be like a little bit of an intimidating place when you first get here, but I just immediately fell in love with it. It's where everyone is different and from other places, so the word is cosmopolitan, but it really is like very few people I know are actually from London. We all moved here. We've all kind of been drawn into London, although I do have some friends who are Londoners through and through. Yeah, so I love London. I love the big city. The only thing that gets frustrating is sometimes how busy it is in places. but it's gonna be, it's like any other big place, big city, you know, there's lots of people, everyone's trying to get somewhere. The place that I usually get the most like grumpy is taking the tube into work. I try and walk to work when I can. It's about a 2-hour walk, but most of the time I have to, you know, take public transport, train, and then the tube, and it's just, it's so overwhelming sometimes. You're so squished, there's so many people around you that it's really, it can feel like a lot. So for color wise, I think this is looking good, but my under eye bags are like kind of epic proportions, and I'm already getting creasing around the me smile lines. Me smile lines. Who am I? What am I talking about? Okay. But I will say there was something very nice about living in Cambridge. So you had lots of pastures, like open farmland, and so sometimes it'll just be like cows like roaming through. But the very, very best thing about Cambridge is that's where we found and adopted our 2 lovely cats. So Stella on the couch and Betty, he's here sitting next to me. We adopted them. We've had them for 4 years, so they're 12. So we adopted them when they're 8 years old. So they had been abandoned by their family. Or I guess rather given up by their family. Sorry. Foundation makes my nose itch. Like default, my nose always starts to itch as soon as I start doing foundation. I think I look really ghostly because the eyes are so dark and everything else is super pale, so we'll try and make it work. The other complexion products I have are powders, so I'll go ahead and set my face first. I tried this in my full face of Nabla, but I wanted to give it another go. And this is their close-up smoothing pressed powder. Sorry, I have foundation all over my hands. I bought this ridiculous looking brush from Boots. I think it's a Real Techniques 300. It's just a big fluffy brush thing. So let's go ahead and do that. So yeah, so Betty and Stella are brother and sister. So they are 12 years old. They had their birthday in March. They're very, very sweet cats. They were given up because their family had children, and the cats were deathly afraid of the children. Were just hiding under the bed all the time, which, like, knowing them now, and they're like so like sweet and like affectionate, and they do get scared. Like every time the bell rings, the doorbell, Stella is under the bed like immediately. But they're getting a bit better, but not a whole lot. But they're really scared of children. So if we ever have friends come over, we ask them if they cannot like bring their kids, or if they're, especially if they're like really little ones. One time we did, like their friend came over with their small child, and the cats like would not come out from under the couch for like the whole rest of the night. They were just completely freaked out. So it's a real fear, right, Betty? But they're sweet cats. I love them both so much. I don't know what I would do without them. All right, so for blush, we are going to try the BH Chocolate Strawberry Truffle Blush Palette. It does smell of chocolate-ish. So these are the colors. So because I'm a wimp, I want to try one of the lighter ones over here. Okay, let me try the... Should I... Okay, let's try this one. It's not quite nothing, so we'll just see. And I'm just using, I don't even know what this is. This is a Dew Color, like 12. You only can buy these really in sets, so it's like this angled, fluffy thing. I don't know. I don't know if it's the right one to use, but we're going to use it. I don't really know if it really matters that much what brushes you decide to use. I think as long as they're going to do the job. Only in eyeshadow I kind of feel like there are really specific ones, but you use what works best for you. I think that's the really important thing. Okay, we're going to do the normal thing where we're going to come kind of up here, kind of in the highlight zone, and then kind of bring it down and around here a little bit. So yeah, so the cats are the love and delight of my life, other than my partner, of course. He is in the other room at the moment playing Final Fantasy VII. That has been his obsession for the last, well, when did he get it? April 9th, so like almost 2 weeks. And just, you know, this is really quite pink, even though it doesn't look that intense in the pan. It is pretty pink, so I'm trying to be careful with it. I don't think it was the right combo here, but meh. I'll cover it in highlighter and it'll hide it. So he's been playing Final Fantasy, but we've also, both of us, been playing together Animal Crossing, which is great. It's very addictive. I've spent how many evenings like grinding for tarantulas? So they're one of the most expensive things that you can sell, and so you go and you like try and hunt tarantulas all night to make money. It's ridiculous. It's such a silly thing, but it's very fun. It's a very relaxing game, except for the tarantula hunting. I've never played any of the other Animal Crossing games. Why am I putting on so much blush? I think that's enough. We're going to go ahead and use the same brush. I've just kind of wiped it off. And we are going to be trying the Cookie highlighter from Benefit, the one that everyone talks about, like it's the best thing that's ever been created by humankind. I've only swatched it once, so it's pretty new. Okay, let's give this cookie a go. Whoa. Oh, okay. Well, that is very, very blinding. So good job there. So I used to play quite a lot of video games, but I got out of the habit of it. I also love reading, like sci-fi and fantasy novels are kind of my go-to. But I, again, haven't been reading. I think it's, with work, it's sometimes really hard to like find the time to, just the time for yourself to sit down and do something nice, and just relax. Because you kind of, with an academic job, especially when you have a lot of students, you really do feel like you need to be available like all the time. I look like I am a Tin Man. I just kept on going in with it and I didn't really care. I realized we still need to do brows, so I got this NYX, I do, like I've said many times, I do wear quite strong prescription glasses, so if you're seeing me doing this or if I'm squinting a lot, it's because I can't see, but if I wear the glasses, I think I've worn them in like one video, the ring lights reflect really bad, so it's kind of like an exchange, so I can't see, but there's no reflection for you guys, so. Anyway, this is just an eyebrow powder pencil in ash brown. I thought it looked kind of like a medium color, not too dark, not too light, to just kind of fill them in a little bit. I'm still on the fence about whether I like doing my eyebrow. Oh, and there's a spoolie on the other side. Whether I like doing my eyebrows, but the last couple of times I've been filming, I've used that Nabla eyebrow pencil, and I don't know, I really liked it. I liked the slightly more intense eyebrow. I'm actually a bit surprised that I like it at all. So if I'm doing this wrong, it's because I have no idea what I'm doing. So let's just all be honest there. So because I have a lot of eyebrow, all I'm really doing is just kind of adding a bit in the middle of it, just to fill it in. So, and then just taking the spoolie and trying to like kind of brush it through, so you can't see my pencil marks at all. So there's no point in me doing like a big like Instagram brow because I already have very bushy brows as it is. Which, I think I've said this before, is nice now because like normal brows are in, but when I was a teenager, the really thin, it was in the mid-90s, and so the really thin, like picked pencil thin kind of brows were the thing, and I'm glad I never really got into it particularly. I mean, I tweeze, underneath because I get a lot of extra hairs, but I mean, some people, they over tweeze and they end up with nothing, and they really have to like fully draw on something else. So, but obviously this is my normal hair color as well, so you can see the black roots coming in there. So I'm not by any stretch a natural blonde. My hair is almost black, not quite, but almost black. Okay, I mean, it just looks slightly more put together and a little bit more clean, and I think that's the only reason that I might keep on doing my brows, is it just kind of makes everything look slightly more finished, and I really am liking that. So for lipsticks, I'm not somebody who tends to collect lipsticks. I buy them because I use them kind of right away, but I also don't like them that much. I'm not really a huge fan. If I'm not on camera, I'm really not wearing a lipstick, maybe a lip gloss. So what I decided is I had some that I hadn't really used at all that we could use today. So I have this one from ColourPop, which is from the Villains collection. This is the Hades one. And I think I've put it on once, but you can see it's pretty much untouched. Did I even? Yeah, I think I once. So we have this one, and then I also have this lip gloss from Nabla, from their Mystic, the Dreamy 2 collection. And again, I've used this, I think, maybe once. So it might be we put a little bit of lipstick on and the bullet, and then try a little bit of this on top just for some extra shine, maybe. We'll give it a go. We're just having fun today, guys. So, I mean, that's kind of all there is about me. Video games, cats, work. I always forget that this is a lot lighter than I think it is. What do we think of just that color? I think it looks a little light. Did I just put my teeth? Yeah. Why don't we add a little bit? This is a really nice formula, though. I do have to admit, it's very creamy and very soft. Where's the lid? I can't see anything. I'm completely blind. Let's try a little bit of this. Let me just blot it a little bit. There's not quite so much of it. I do like it, actually, though. I think I like it a bit more than I thought I would. But I think I want something just a little bit darker to balance the darker eye look. My hair is doing its own thing at the moment. Okay, so it took a little bit of finagling there, but I think it looks really nice. I like this darker, slightly darker lip. Let me just kind of scooch up a little bit so you can see. So let's talk about everything. I think it's like 100% awesome, really, except for maybe the blush. And I think it's just because it's a bit on the pinky side for me, but the formula was fine. It blended out just fine. Let's just look up close. With the exception of my usual bad spots, which is like around the nose and kind of right here in between the eyes, I think it all, oh, and my chin, obviously. I think it all looks really, really nice. Obviously, I look fair, but I am very, very fair naturally. I mean, it's you know, that's my complexion, so that's fine. This is nice. It's very soft. It's completely like, it feels like I'm not wearing anything, which I really, really appreciate. I didn't put a huge amount on, but I think it covered up like all of like the bad areas, like especially like right here in my cheeks. You can still see through here a little bit of my spots, like this one here, but I didn't put that much, like I didn't put any extra concealer on it, so why should it be gone? So I really like this, so I'm definitely going to keep on trying this one. This is my big surprise today. This is really nice. I know I only tried 3 colors, but that was one of the easiest palettes to work with I've tried in a while. I mean, that was like no fuss. This look just popped out. So I'm going to keep on trying this. If anyone is interested in me doing like a couple of looks with this or the dupes, just leave a comment down below. Like I said, I'm happy to do that. The highlighter, blinding. I need to be more careful with it next time because I do feel a little bit Tin Man-ish. What else? The lipsticks I tried before, the Pillow Talk eyeliner. I really like it. I think it's a beautiful, really beautiful color. So we're going to leave it, you know, for a couple of hours and just see if it does irritate my eyes again. If it does, I will leave a pinned comment. If there's no comment there, then just assume that it was a fluke from that other day and that it's all perfectly fine. What else was new? That was kind of really it. I liked the Nabla powder better this second time. I thought it worked out much better. This mascara, I don't know. I'll keep on trying it. It's open now, so I'll just keep using it. But so far, no transfer. And what I've been noticing with a couple of the recent ones, like that ABH one and the IT mascara, is that they were transferring really fast, like within 30 minutes to 45 minutes. So if this one doesn't move in the next like 20 or 30 minutes, then I'll be pretty happy that I can kind of continue for a full day of filming with something like this. I don't know if this was waterproof or not. I don't think so. Anyway, not so bad. Alright guys, so that's it for this kind of chit-chatty get ready with me. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a bit different. If you like these format of just kind of hanging out and chatting about stuff and not like pushing products, or, I mean, I'm never trying to push products. It's like I'm not getting paid for any of this and I buy everything myself, so if you don't want it, that's cool. I have it, so yay me. Yeah, if you want some more of these kind of laid back, just chatting with stuff. Betty is snoring. It's his turn today. He's doing a little like twitchy kind of thing, so he's obviously dreaming of food. That's exactly, I know what he was dreaming about. It's food. It's always food with Betty. Screams and food. That's what he does. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it, like always. Do remember to go check out my giveaway if you haven't already entered. I'll be adding some more products to it. I will let you guys know about that next week. If you enjoyed this video, you could hit the like button down below, and if you want, you could subscribe. Be super fun, come hang out with me again, but no pressure. You do you, and whatever makes you happy. Alright guys, take care, and we will see you in our next video. Our next video? My next video. All me. Alright guys, take care. Bye bye. Bye bye.